me. Yeah.
It's not hate to say that we were kidnapped and brought here. It's true. It's not hate to say that we were Jim Crow, discriminated and segregated. It's true. It's not hate to say that the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in this country, came up with a hypocritical desegregation decision 9 years ago, which they haven't enforced yet. That's not hate. That's truth. He's not teaching hate. He's teaching history. And since the American white man has used his control over the press and over the textbooks and over all forms of media to make it appear that he has done us a favor by bringing us here and enslaving us, then the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has to rewrite history or retell history. And since the white man can't dispute this truth, he tries to defend himself by saying that Mr. Muhammad is teaching hate.
So I got news for people that think our history is this great thing. It's not. We have one of the biggest black eyes of any country on the face of the earth, and we've had a bigger black eye in a shorter amount of time. We are one, and I love America. Don't get me wrong, but we are the most hypocritical countries that's out there because we love to tell people, you need to quit doing this and you need to quit doing that, while we have a big plank sticking out of our eye.
Oh,
it's embarrassing. And most people around the world couldn't give a crap about what's happening in this country. I'll tell you what they do is they sit back and they laugh at us.
Mm-hmm.
They laugh at us because we walked around with our chest in the air, chest so high, and our nose so high for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're having political issues and internal issues like all these other countries around the world. And if you clowns would pay attention in history class, you would know this.
Come on.
And it wouldn't surprise you.
Preach, Coach.
We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being by any means necessary.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming on. I'm glad to be here with you today. I appreciate you being here. It is a lot going on in America. It's not so good. But again, we told you when you come on, we're going to give you knowledge, wisdom, understanding, give you freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. It's so much disrespect with our children. And the grown folks don't understand the impact that a child is impressionable. So when children looking at Donald Trump and the Republicans, most of them, going the wrong way and hurting these many people, well, something's wrong with that. So the children don't know what's going on. So a lot of children, it's affecting them. More people's lives being taken, more domestic violence, more alcohol, more theft, more lies. Because it tell a lie now and you can be the president. So, and the most lies been told in that seat with him. So then he lied, go and talk about he's been exonerated. When you're naming that from 8 to 35,000, are you serious? Mr. Trump, don't do that. You're making yourself look like you are irresponsible. You all over that. And that man was your friend. And the whole world know that. But it's something more important than that. I told people 3-4 months ago, Catherine is my witness, that you was going to get America in trouble. And 27 psychiatrists said it. And I'm going to play it in a minute to show the world that they have to get you out of there because you incapable of doing what's right. You need a psychosocial assessment and a dianetic. And 27 psychiatrists said you're the most dangerous man in the world in that seat. And that's a fact. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it's bad. A little boy on the bus and the bus driver lied on this little child. And I'll explain that later, but thank y'all for coming out. Call your loved ones. Hit your Facebook, your Instagram. And don't forget when you go over to YouTube, subscribe. Some of y'all did it, but not enough of y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on now. Y'all know I'm out here working. I'm not getting paid a dime. Catherine not getting paid a dime. Leslie, until we get a contract and we know we're going to get one. So again, y'all come on now. 100, 200 y'all going over there and subscribe. Well, Catherine's going to monetize it. It ain't but about 100 and something short. Go to YouTube and do that for us. But again, let's get started. My co-host is here, Leslie, and our executive producer, Catherine, and Leslie. But it looked beautiful, both of them. So I'm a blessed man to have two powerful women that believe in God and they work for God and they got a lot of power. I'm glad to be around both of them. I can do nothing but salute them both. And thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Catherine, for y'all believing in this show so we can take it all over the world and save lives and get vocational schools and get our children out the street and get them away from this buffoonery and foolishness that has been heaped on them. And Mr. Trump will understand that the children are impressionable. This is sad, what has happened to America. Catherine, what we playing first? So I'm ready to get at this. You need to put your speaker on.
Gonna remember that one day. Hi, fam. How y'all doing up there?
Close your door. Close your door. It's backfiring.
I hope y'all are having a great evening. Thank you for joining the Johnny Binder Show. Again, our subject is truth to power. Who shapes what we believe? And we live in a time where people will look at something and then wait for people to tell them exactly what they saw. So you could go outside and see it's raining, but you got to go in the house and watch TV for somebody on TV to confirm that it was really, that the rain is wet. I don't understand where we are. So we are definitely in a time where people are defining what we say and think and what we believe. But we'll go ahead. I don't know, Minister, this is hard. I'm going to go ahead and lead with what you want to lead with, which I believe it's the young man that was on the bus. And then we'll circle back to the politics of it.
Okay.
Okay. Give me 1 second here.
This just broke. We just got the names of the two.
I lied, didn't I? Here we go.
I don't know if y'all heard about this. It's not easy to watch and listen to.
I know, it was just like a normal day of school. I was just trying to get home, get on the bus. And as soon as I get on the bus driver told me that I was supposed to be on the bus. And today she gonna make sure I'm gonna get off the bus, so don't even sit down. So once I sit down, she pulled up to the administrators. And the administrators get on the bus. And they automatically thought I was on the wrong bus. When she told them my name, they got on the bus and just told me to get off the bus. At first I refused. And then when I was refusing, they said if I don't get off the bus, all the students have to get off the bus. So once all the students got up off the bus, I got off the bus with the students. And then as soon as we all get off the bus, they didn't check nobody's names. They just told everybody to get back on the bus. As I get back on the bus, they told me to get off. And that's when they called the officers. When I sit down, the officers had came on the bus. They asked who was the student they was talking about. And the bus driver had pointed me out. They came back. They asked me to get off the bus. I had refused and told them this. Well, I was trying to tell them this is my bus, but the students was telling them that this is my correct bus. All the students on the bus was telling them this is my correct bus.
All students.
Then, out of nowhere, one of the officers had said, if you don't get up and get off the bus or we're going to tase you. I said, I still refused to get off the bus. And that's when they tried to pull me and grab me. And when I got back up, he when I had got back up, he had choked me, tried to choke me. Then he tased me. And when he tased me, I got up. I was still, I don't know, my adrenaline was just rushing. And I just know that he tried to tase me again when while I was getting off the bus. And I jumped off the bus. And when I was off the bus, they put me in some handcuffs. And the officer who tased me had started slapping me while my hands was in the handcuffs. He was slapping me, then he tried to tase me again while my hands was in the handcuffs.
That is horrible.
That's when the administrators came back outside and tried to break it up. But he was already in the midst of slapping me. And when they broke it up, he was still running towards me. He was still trying to attack me while my hands was in handcuffs. He was trying to push against the administrators who was holding him back every time he seen me. When I was in the room with the other officers after this situation, when he seen me, he tried to attack me again. They had to pull him back and pull him away to cool down.
That's a police officer.
When I was in the back room, they called the EMS. The EMS had checked me out and told them that I needed to go to Grady. And they said, no, I'm not going to Grady. I'm going to Rice Street. But the EMS told them, even if I go to Rice Street, I'm gonna still have to go to Grady first. So they volunteered, the officers volunteered to take me to Grady, and I did not go to Grady that whole day. I went straight to a police station, and they held me in the police station until they had gave me a ticket and sent me back home to my mother.
Ladies and gentlemen, with all due respect, I'm trying to hold myself together because I don't want to be in a trial for what I could say. This is so sad that a child go get on a bus, the bus he been catching. Young man, I don't know who you are, but my number down there, please call us, 281-896-8215. I want to fly wherever you at and do a show. And then I want to go at those people. I don't even want no part of the lawsuit. Y'all you have to do whatever you want. I wanna have a consulting company. I wanna say to the lady, I think she's a lady, who did this, who created this monstrous situation. I cannot believe that you being a mother, if you are, would do this child this way. It's not normal. It's completely out of order, unacceptable, disrespectful. When you know for a fact he's supposed to be on the bus, then you lie in the boy's face, and then everybody get off the bus with him. Then you tell everybody to get back on, and then when they get back on, you can see the love they had for him. You tell him he can't get on. Then you call the police. So you created all this. We're going to get your job. You don't never need to be around children the rest of your life. You have no honor and no respect. And you police, because all police ain't like you. But you just silly. And you hear the people telling you that, the children telling you that he belongs on this bus. He didn't get a chance to say it. They were saying it for him, and they love the child because they got off the bus with him. The whole bus. That means he has to be a good child. Then he tell him to get back on, then y'all come there and tase him. That wasn't necessary. When the people done told you that's his bus. You ain't have to put no bus card. You ain't have to call his parents. You ain't have to do nothing. You just took on the card what I presume the lady said, and you went with it. You went with it and abused this child and then you tased him again, then you slapped him, and then tried to tase him again and slapped him again, and took him down there. The people told you to take him to it was a special hospital. Instead of you doing that, you took him to jail. Then came an erroneous case. Frivolous. Winnable. You officer that's like that, and it's 15, 20% of y'all, you going to hell with a gasoline jacket on. You put a curse on yourself. You had brought that baby's mental. Now the child gonna need a psychiatrist, Leslie. The baby's gonna need a psychiatrist because children are not used to that, being tased and slapped. Who does that to a 15, 16, 17-year-old? When he done no wrong, he get on the bus he been getting on. And this crazy woman with her animalistic self that don't never in life need to be around children, we're going to get rid of you, sister. We're going to find who you are, and you going. And your kind. You a sick individual. You cranked all this up and got this child. Now the child needs a psychosocial assessment and a dynamic from 1 to 5 years. Because every time he see a police, he going to think of the slap. He going to think of the tase. He going to think of the disrespect. This baby has to go through this trauma by itself. His mother can't help him. The daddy can't help him. Only a psychiatrist that's been through what he's going through, and that overcame it. When y'all get psychiatrists that's been through what you've been through with a child or your husband, wife, been through. Don't get no psychiatrist ain't been through what you do because he's just talking or she just talking. We don't need sympathy, we need empathy. Young man, it's the Johnny Binder Show. And I got two of the greatest hosts, females on here. We love you, young man. I'm trying to stay dignified. What happened to you is completely out of order. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can't protect our wife and our women and our children, then we're no longer in existence. And then we're not a man, we're a boy. A sucker, punk, a coward. These people are disrespecting us from that Trumper lot of buffoonery and foolishness. Because he gave the law a pass to do whatever they want. When he first got in office, he cut them all loose. Then the next thing he did, let 1,600 people go. So he came in showing them, whatever you do, I got you. Instead of the officer taking this young boy, to the hospital, and you done tased him and slapped him, you take him to the police department and lie on him, give him a case. You dirty, low-down dog. God gonna get you, man. And God gonna get you too, young lady on the bus. All of y'all had something to do with this. God would not let you get away. Because karma is real. Young man, please call me. What we can do is show right there and show the world of the disrespect of our children. And Jesus says, suffer the children, forbid them not, let them come unto me. And if you're going to hurt one of these, you'd rather put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. Damn it, stop playing with our children, man. Stop. You're going to make us deal with you in a way that you'll never like. And it's in the Bible. Jesus says, suffer the children, forbid them not, let them come unto me. And if you hurt one of them, you'd rather put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. So all of you that participated in that buffoonery and foolishness, it's a curse on you. You won't get away. I can guarantee you, in the name of Jesus, in the name of Allah, in the name of God, you will not get away. God is a just God, and He's justly going to deal with your raggedy behind. You that started it, and you ignorant officer that slapped that child. And then they had to keep you off of him. You kept rushing at him while he got the handcuffs on. There's something wrong. That's systemic racism. It's something psychologically wrong with you to keep slapping a child. Boy, I wish I could have been there. I would have arrested you and called your lieutenant. You're no good. You're rotten. You're turned into an animal. And God is going to deal with you. All right, Catherine, Leslie. What y'all got to say about this?
Leslie?
It's deep. It's deep. First of all, I just need to comment on the clip. The lady who was doing a little commentary off on the side, she made a comment that really kind of frustrated me a little bit, and I want to point that out. She said he got a good lawsuit. We worried about this baby's mental health. We worried about the traumatic experience that he went through.
Yeah.
And ain't a lot of money gonna take away that trauma. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Another thing that I want to point out, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, I'm entitled to my opinion, I don't think they believe in God. I don't think they believe in God. And these
Most
white
of them don't.
are the catalyst for chaos. The catalyst for chaos. When you think about history, right? Let me do this for you. For our listening audience, there's a book called They Were Her Property. This will tell you the mindset of these deviants, these white women, okay? And why we see the Karens, okay? They were her property. They got it on Audible. You don't even got to read it. You can sit and listen to the story here. But they are, when they show you who they are, believe them. That's my point of view. That's my perspective. And we can't expect nothing more than what we see. Period.
I done seen a lot of things, but to keep slapping that child when the whole bus told him that he belonged on this bus. It should have been over right there. The whole bus told the police, no, he belonged on the bus. The bus driver should have said, I apologize. You know, he do belong on this bus.
But that young man had a demeanor that appears to be unbothered, you know, just the way that his kindness, the way that he carried himself. And I can only think like the police officer didn't feel the control that he needed to feel by the way that young man carried himself. Hence the reason why he continued at him the way that he did. I see that young man just having, you know, a calm demeanor, a calm, and, you know, and I just really feel like the officer didn't feel like he had the control, and it didn't show the way he wanted it to.
I believe that. I believe that. And you know, the case I was thinking of the whole time we were watching the video, I was thinking about Eric Meshack. Didn't the same thing happen to Eric?
Come on.
The exact same thing happened to poor Eric. I mean, be arrested by the police, You beaten, maced, thrown in the back of the police car while you're handcuffed, mind you. Then another officer comes from another city, not even Houston, and they allowed him to pull him out of the car and beat him again. Take him to the take him to downtown, and if he collapsed because the beatings were so severe, one of his lungs had collapsed. So you see it.
Had to take him back to the hospital twice.
Had to take him back twice.
He almost died, Leslie.
Yeah. And there he
then
did.
They gave him a charge, not cutting you off, Candace.
Yeah.
Then they gave him a charge. Tried to make him cop out. We had an old sorry lawyer trying to get us to make him cop out. So I had to go get Miss Cheryl Irvin, and she came in like a champion, a female, did what a man couldn't do. And less than 14 to 16 days, she had to dismiss. Miss Cheryl Irvin, we love you. You are wonderful. And may God bless you. She had a 3-piece red suit on. We love you, young lady. Yeah, we need more champions like you that will not sell our children out. And may God bless you in every step of the way of your success. Peace. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, she did that. She did that because the other attorney just wanted him to sign for time, even though he didn't do anything wrong. So it was just dismissed, and he was able to walk free and get that off of him. But in talking to Eric, he's calm like this young man. And he keeps so much on the inside. And, he'll tell you he's okay, he's doing good. He is doing better. But that took a very long time. And he's older than this young man. So I just pray that they get him the help that he's needing. And he will need counseling. He will need therapy to be okay and just not be afraid of the world. Oh, my gosh.
And I'm wondering, in regards to the administrators, listening to how the young man told the story, the administrators left and came back to find the officer isn't it your responsibility to be right there? Like, why would you leave? Why would you leave the scene and come back? That is your job. I'm not understanding where the protection was for this young man. Other than those kids on the bus who had his back and tried to, tell the bus driver, who already knew.
Right.
She already knew, because you have had this young man on this bus over and over again. So you know who he is. But where was the protection for this young man? And that's the thing that we as a community need to be mindful of when it comes to our children.
Yep.
You said it all. That's how our mothers speak.
Because we can't give it back to him. We can't give it back to him.
Well, again, young man, this is at the Johnny Binder Show. My number is 281-896-8215. You, your mother, your brother, somebody call us. We want to come down there and do a show there and put it all over. I'm bringing Leslie and Catherine with me. We want to come right there. I want the world to see that we must protect our women and we must protect our children. And if we don't, we're a bunch of sniveling cowards. We must protect our children. Jesus never spoke nowhere in the Bible like that. He says, suffer the little children, forbid them not, let them come unto me. Told the disciples, get back, let them come to me. And he said, if you hurt one of these, you'd rather put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. You chumps and punks need to leave our children alone. Bunch of cowards. You're an animal. Slapping on that baby. Slap me. Boy, you won't slap me. Yeah. I'm going to show you how to slap back. You coward. And the boy got handcuffs on.
Handcuffed.
Yeah, come on, let's go with the next
one. This is a good time to play this one, I believe. I was looking for this other one and I can't find it, so I'll find it later, but it was one of this this white lady explaining how they're not taught to see us. And she was going on about that, and I have to find it. So
You got to find the one I sent you about China and Russia, because we're in trouble over here.
I
told
understand.
them 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Now this boy done set it up. They done put 4 or 5 countries together to knock us out the water.
Is that where we want to go now?
I don't. It might be. I don't know. I sent it to you. It's most important. The world need to see this.
Shocking news paralyzing the planet today, January 19th, 2026. Mexico has just signed a death pact with Russia, China, and Cuba, a monstrous alliance against Trump, vowing to destroy the American empire if it dares touch any of us. Scheinbaum roars. Trump dares threaten Mexico. Russia sends nuclear missiles. China sends fleets. Cuba sends special forces. We will fight America to the last man. Putin smirks coldly. Trump thinks he's strong. This pact is death itself. If America invades, Russian nuclear missiles will fly straight into Washington. Xi Jinping pours fuel on the fire. America will be cut off from economy, oil, borders. Trump will kneel. Cuba shouts, Maduro was captured. Now we take revenge. Trump will lose everything. Trump trembling in terror. Top secret sources reveal he's in all-night emergency meetings. WW3 about to erupt from the Mexico border? America to be crushed by this monster alliance? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. When did Mexico formally go communist?
They're trying to be protected, young lady. It ain't about going communist. You have to be protected. China is 15 years arsenal in the front of everybody. Everybody. Nobody can do nothing with China. China's a new world power. We can play with it all we want to, America. We're not the world power no more. Get that out your get that out your head. It's gone. When I finished with the word filthy, I was talking about even rotten police. I'm gonna talk about y'all. But again, we're not the world power. China, our little brothers are the world power. The original Chinese is black. They the world power. They arsenal is 15 years in the front of ours. They drones can knock out all our stuff less than 12 seconds. We got $1 trillion worth of bombs and stuff. China bought enough land around all our stuff. They bought land and they set up now to knock out everything. When the man told you won't have no oil, you want no gas, no lights, they can stop us from breathing. China can stop us from breathing. You didn't hear me. And you letting this man, this madman, you still got him in the office where millions of people could be hurt behind his foolish and silliness. He 80 years old on the way out of here and don't give a damn who he take with him. And the psychiatrist already told y'all, 27 known psychiatrists, licensed, told you he the most dangerous man in the world in the White House, and y'all just don't do a damn thing, and he's still in there, genuflecting in line about them Epstein files. Now on TikTok, you can't even say Epstein file. We coming off TikTok, by the way. Ain't no more faking with that one. The hell with TikTok. TikTok has been bought up by Elon Musk and Donald Trump. That's what another 35%. They gave themselves up, Leslie, when they say you can't use Epstein's name. Who else don't want that name used? Donald Trump don't want to use because he's all over those files, and it would make him a child pedophile where you can see it clearly it's they. They already got a picture with the little 13-year-old girl laying all over him, all in his arm. This the same little girl said, you said, Mr. Trump, I look like your daughter, Ivana. She took the witness stand in the front of D.C. on the Capitol. And she do look like her. And they went and got her a wig at 13 and put on her. And now the little girl laid all over Trump. Ain't no AI. Come on, man. This is crazy. Y'all supposed to do a state of emergency. If I got it, I know Congress got it, the Senate got it. What y'all waiting on? Get this man up out of there. Him and Vance. Mess with these people. That's why Mexico went in with them. Putin done tricked him. Putin done went in with him. Putin been playing with him. Don't nobody like Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't like Donald Trump. Y'all lost y'all everlasting mind. Y'all democracy is the weakest democracy on the planet. There's too many holes in your democracy. For him to even be the president with 34 felonies, for him to be the president the first time, never showed his taxes. Then he messed off the oil thing in China, spent $950 billion to buy the pipeline, the oil line. Trump done cost us almost $3 to $5 trillion. And then made him $2-3 billion on thievery. And he gonna get busted. Jasmine Crockett, them, they got his number. Al Green, them, they got his number. They already got the evidence, all the money been taken. Now he want to sue the IRS. What? For $10 billion. When he said that out of his mouth, then last night he was going crazy with his staff, telling them to delete it, delete it, delete it. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I don't know if most of y'all need a psychosocial assessment or what. If y'all can't take what I just said and put it to truth and move Vance and President Trump, if y'all can't do that, you are endangering our children, our lives. You just seen it for yourself. That's a death pact. You heard what China did. If you get out of line, this is what we do. My God.
Well, I did a little digging because I know a lot of people would be shocked or surprised by that alliance because it sounds a little strange with Russia and China aligning with Mexico and Cuba's involvement. But we know Cuba is a communist country. That's no big surprise there. But China is Mexico's second largest trade partner globally. So China is invested, as is Russia, into their energy sector there in Mexico. So they have a tight relationship more with China than they do with Russia. So just want to speak because we're talking about truth to power. I just wanted to balance that out a little bit because I do want to encourage everybody. When you hear something, even us, fact check us. If it doesn't wash out, let us know, but fact check us. But those are the facts. So yeah, it's completely plausible.
Leslie?
I still have the question of what does action look like in Congress? Because we can see all the buffoonery, and I would like to have that question answered. Putin did play in his face, like he literally played with Donald Trump. And we know that, and we saw that. Everybody saw it on national TV. Another thing that I like to call the attention to, because I'm always thinking a little bit outside of the box, as you can tell, and I try to look like a little bit ahead of the game. Flashpoints. Everybody know what flashpoints are, right? So right here, because the doors was open, the walls was open, and we allowed so many different countries, nationalities into our country. So there are flashpoints, Another thing too that I want to look up, I want to research based off of what you just mentioned, Kat, in terms of the energy thing. Aren't we connected here in Texas with Mexico in terms of energy?
I don't know because I don't know how the tariffs affected that, but I will definitely look and see now.
Yeah, that's something I want to research myself because I feel like I heard that when our grid went out, that they also suffered, when the grid went out. So that's something that I'd like to look into. But you mentioned it at the beginning, Minister, You mentioned it when you talked about how our young adults are watching what's happening with our government, and how, you know, the lies are being told. There's no laws that are being followed and whatnot. You know, so that in itself presents a big issue when you look at our youth and our young adults today and everything that's going on. What are the expectations? Because they're our leaders. They're the ones who are coming, you know, up after us. We got what they call some YNs who they ain't going for this. They ain't going for this. And again, I say preparation and protecting our children and leading them in the right way is the best thing that we can do for them at this stage of the game.
I agree. And it's our kids that question us and hold us accountable too. Because it was some actress, I can't remember who it was. Oh gosh, it was Martha Stewart. It wasn't an actress, but she was like, her granddaughter told her that to be silent was to be complicit. So that's what made her start speaking up. So if y'all have children around you like I do, they ask you really hard questions and they make you take action. They make you take action. So, you know, they're going to drive their change one way or another, but they see the world totally different than we do. I think we're jaded. They still have their internal hope, just like we saw with the young man on the bus, and they were willing to stand up for him, which is a beautiful thing. Child, this generation we got going on in our own, that we wouldn't be counting on too many other people to stand up for us. We looking out the window trying to figure out what had happened.
So I did just look that up, and it does say that yes, Texas Energy Grid ERCOT is connected to Mexico. So it, you know, not knowing all the ins and out of all of that, but we're at risk. We're at risk.
Yeah. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. I want to pivot a little bit. Minister, we're going to go over here and we're going to move on to the Epstein files, because those are one of the truths. I don't know, if you're looking at it, they're going to tell us it's something else in just a minute, just like Trump said that, hey, he was going to be able to be exonerated. I'm not going to play this because it is really long. We'll just look at a few minutes of it. I'm not play the whole thing.
But other than that, they're done.
And case closed has been their mantra since January. In January, they demanded all the files from the prosecutors in New York who were running the case, brought them to Washington and said, this case is over.
Audience.
We're not doing anything else. They told us the same thing when Kash Patel came to the Judiciary Committee. He said, it's been full.
I think I'm going to have to reload.
I want to start with the Epstein files and what the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche told me in the last segment, that effectively case closed. He said it's possible if somebody sees something with all of these documents that have been released that requires them to look into a potential prosecution, perhaps.
Do you think the latest release of Epstein files, and do you think your critics will be satisfied with?
Well, they should be, because it looked like this guy Wolf, who's a writer, was conspiring with Epstein to do harm to me. And I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping, you know, the radical left, that Wolf was a third-rate writer, was conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to hurt me, politically or otherwise, and that came through loud and clear. So we'll probably sue Wolf on that.
Sir, did you speak, or did you have any knowledge?
And maybe the Epstein estate, I guess. I don't know, but we're going to certainly sue Wolf.
You want to sue the Epstein estate?
Well, you may, I guess so, because he was conspiring with Wolf to do harm to me politically. That's not a friend.
Yeah, we go with those Wolf tickets, Leslie.
That man is exhausting. I mean, the lies, the web of lies that he weaves, and it's like, Nobody has nobody's safe. Nobody has a safety net with him. Like as soon as he gets a little inkling of an idea that you're not riding his manhood, that you know he gonna go after you. He gonna go after you, and it's a sad situation when you look at what it is that's happening to our country, and you look at this. It's sad. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss of words, honestly.
I understand. I am too, because I was like, here we go. And it's just like his little press secretary. I can't think of the little girl. Well, she's not a little girl. The old lady name right now. I mean, but it's like, oh no, that's not really what you saw. What you saw was what you saw was that's not what you saw. It's not what you saw. She was really trying to hit him. Yes, Renee's goods, what tires were headed to the right and he was standing to the left, but she came after him, even though he jumped in front of the car. It's like,
I mean, you say little girl, right? But then you try to take that back. But in all honesty, that's what it looks like. It's like we're dealing with little kids who tell little white lies, and it's like they don't have a comprehension that that's what it is that they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, pre-K is out. And you know, Leslie, I look at the state of the world, and it is scary out there. It's scary, so scary. And I know I've been talking to some people who just accept this, that we're approaching the end times. And I'm like, maybe. I mean, I don't know what God's mind is, right? But then I look at it again, and I'm thinking maybe some prayers are being answered. Because this is the first time we know we can never go back to where we were. That's gone. That's gone. Wherever we were before last year and he came into office, all of that is gone.
Yeah.
But where we are is that opportunity to rebuild something.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. And I think we need to decide what that looks like, because they already have a blueprint as to where they want to go. And that's oh girl, what's that thing? The 2025. Girl, what was it? I can't think of the name.
Beautiful,
the damnation before he got elected. What agenda? Not agenda. Was it agenda? Why can't
the 2025 bid? I know what you're talking about, but I can't call it either.
Yeah, the thing that they put together that was supposed to be his plan of action to enact. So they are already, and it's gonna come to me. I don't know why I'm blank, but they've already started. They had a head start because they knew what this was going to look like. As the American people, we didn't take that seriously. And so it's the plan is in full swing. He's dismantled everything.
Right.
But they know how they want to restructure. We hadn't even thought about how we wanted to restructure because we're being reactionary right now. But I think our challenge is, even as a little old, just a citizen, sit down and think about your kids, your grandkids particularly, and their kids. What do you want the world to look like for them? What would that system look like? Write it out. God say you got to commit your plan to paper. Write it out. And then actually trying to see or have conversations, like you say, want to see what action in Congress looks like. Well, hell, it looked like inaction.
Exactly. And that's all the more reason why what you're saying, like, for the citizens, start writing it out. Not only writing it out, but start acting it out. Start moving in that formation, right? I know that in history, our ancestors did exactly that because they had no choice. Don't wait for that ghost to come knock on your door. Don't wait for that to come knock on your door. Get started. I mean, and that's happening. It's happening organically, right? And I'm proud of our community members and people who are actually doing that. But I would like to encourage a little more unison, a little more unity, not unison, but unity, right? Because that structure, that infrastructure, and that structure is necessary, and that's how we're gonna break the bank. That's how we're gonna get rid of all of this unnecessary stuff. And I agree with you, Kat. It does offer a a lot of opportunities, having broken and dismantled a lot of the systemic stuff that was in place. And this is an opportunity to rewrite the narrative for ourselves. That it's a powerful time for that.
It is.
It's a powerful time for that.
And I know, because you look at the news and we want to become victims, and we want to, it's happening to us. But the flip side of that is it's happening for us.
Facts.
And shout out to our other co-host, Marcus. I don't know, Marcus, where you are, but when I listen to him talk about what he's going through right now, that's what, even though he hasn't articulated it in that way, the way he processes it, that's what he makes me think of. It's happening for our good. It's not happening to us. So for our detriment, we just have to decide how we're going to look at this thing and what actions we're going to take. So, and I play like the civil rights clips, and I love them because they're still true. It's still the struggle. But at the same time, we're in a space, thanks to ICE and immigration, and the attack on all Americans, all inclusive, all of us are going to have to pull ourselves up by the bootstrap. And privilege is still there. We ain't crazy, I ain't blind. Privilege is still there. It's just that, we're, as our people, are going to have to be, I don't even know, because I thought about this. Should we trust? We going to have to, well, I guess we're putting the fact that we're going to have to be more trusting, because the government isn't our ally or our enforcer. So now it's like we're going to have to be more morally accountable for the things we do, and that's a scary place.
Yeah. Well, I wanna get a little bit more understanding. When you say more trusting, you mean with each other?
With each other, because I thought of like the DEI situation, right? So it's been formally taken out,
right?
So I was talking to my grandson, and he was like, if I had known, I don't know where you can go, but he was concerned that he's in his HR ethics class, they're talking about human resources, but they can't talk about harassment in the workplace. And I'm like, but it's still harassment in the workplace. And then I got confused because, yes, I'm an older student. I go to Texas A&M. I believe your mind has to keep going. But I was doing my little onboarding as a new student, and it's in there, but it's in a different way. So am I trusting A&M? I guess I have to. Without that extra layer of protection, we're gonna see what they gonna do. So it's kind of it's that. It's things like that.
But when you think about those protections that actually were in place, that have been dismantled, they didn't actually benefit us, if you really think about it, right? The ones who actually, benefited from it and even capitalized off of certain things don't look like us. So again, it takes me back to your original point about the opportunities that exist, right? It's kind of like it just kind of opened up the door for us to revamp things. And I want to agree with the gentleman that was on, what was that, last night, Mr. Wade, or the night before, Mr. Wade. I want to agree with him when he stated that we needed to get more young minds into those spaces. Because they recognize and they understand what's going on, and a lot about like how the balls were dropped, and like you said, they're holding us accountable now. Yeah, I think it would behoove us to help them and set that infrastructure up and encourage them and get them into those spaces.
It would. And it's like, okay, kind of like I felt with the Black Lives Matter movement. It's like y'all out there protesting, but what's the end game?
Yep.
And that part was never clear to me. So where are we going from here? What's the plan? And I think because we didn't have that plan, I think that's why a lot of the corporations fell off.
Yeah.
And yeah, we didn't have a plan. We didn't really have all of those good discussions. And I think that's why it was temporary in nature. But it's okay. Now it's back. And now I think they have more people to hold them accountable. Because if Target doesn't do right, because I heard they're being held under some fire by the people of Minnesota for not speaking out and being vocal. If they don't, they have more to fear than just us withholding our dollars. They're going to feel the wrath of everybody withholding their dollars. So I think, yeah, that's what it's going to take. We in this together, whether we like each other
or not.
Bias, whatever biases we have in our heads is like, really, that small stuff. Yeah, hand that over to Jesus in prayer, honey. We got to go forth, and we're going to have to be united together. Kind of like what was my chairman, Fred, used to say, this is a struggle for all people. I think the Black Panther Party realized that too. This is a struggle for all people that are not in that majority class that are benefiting, and the gap has gotten so wide, it's scary. So that's it. I don't know, girl. I don't know. But I am going to work with the minister so we can figure out what exactly goes on in Congress. Oh, while I'm there, big shout out to Menifee for winning the seat. But I got a challenge for you, Menifee. There were some things that I was very unhappy about when you were in your former position with the city in Harris County. There were some things that I was very unhappy about, and you attributed those things to your staff. And it seemed like you wanted to hide behind your staff when things were negative. And I'm going to tell you what that negative thing was in just a moment. But when the staff did something great, then it was something that you were willing to take responsibility for. Like, I guess you opposed Trump and some policies that he had. And y'all, Christian Menifee is here in Harris County. He's a representative. He just took Sheila Jackson Lee's old seat, which was held by Sylvester Turner. Is that it? It was last Sylvester Turner? Yeah, I'm still learning my Houston political landscape. And Mr. Sylvester passed away last year. So he, in a special election, took this seat. But there was a case that I was assisting with for Mr. Tony Underwood. Tony was shot, he was pow-powed in the back while he laid spread eagle on the ground by an officer, Officer Sean Palin. Houston Police Department. This is all public information. The tapes are out there. Tony's family was denied being able to see him while he was in Ben Taub Hospital fighting for his life for 78 days. So essentially they would call his mom and they would ask the mom for permission to do emergency surgery. but they would never contact her to let her know how her child was doing after the surgery. So they shot him, pow-powed him near where his neck and his cervical cord kind of connect back there. So it left him paralyzed. It left him, oh my gosh, he lost so much life juice, because they don't like you saying the B word on here. So much. He had to have several transfusions. He had heart attacks. He had strokes. He was not able to speak. And he couldn't see his mom. He couldn't see his children. He couldn't hear the voices or get the touch that he needed to make it through. And he hadn't been charged with anything. Then after his beautiful attorney, Miss Courtney Vincent, and another attorney, Miss U.A. Lewis, they had to work on both the state and the civil side and force the courts to get permission. This is before unjustified shooting criminal proceedings. This was just a fight to get them in to see Tony. It took 2 court orders, because that's how hard, Menifee, your office was fighting to prohibit this family from seeing their loved one when there were no charges filed. Then in the order that we finally got from the court, it said that the deputies should not be in the room when they came to visit him. Mind you, he's in ICU. The deputies stayed in the room and defied the court order. Menifee. Again, this is from your office, which you had oversight of. And then you dared to go back to take the family back to court to limit the time that they could spend with him in the room. Menifee. So I know you got to come up for election again here shortly. And you've made the people a promise that you were going to hold this administrative accountable, and you were going to have some butt shaking, and you were going to make some moves. So I'm watching you. Watching you. But I'll never let this thing with Tony Underwood go, Menifee. So I need you to answer to that. And I'm sorry. That's my soapbox, Leslie. Congratulations on the seat.
Hey, if they wanna hold those seats, they have to be accountable to the community.
They have to be accountable to the community.
They have to be accountable to the community. So there it is.
Whoop, there it is. Oh, but I will say this though. Greg Abbott, our lovely, lovely governor of the state of Texas, tried to have the state take over the election. He delayed it as long as he could to keep somebody out of that seat that could have added another voice to the Democrat side, because he knew it was going to go to a Democrat. He knew that. And yeah, so they're actively trying. So those of you who don't think your voice counts, why would they try so hard to silence the vote if it didn't really matter? It does matter. So I need y'all to go out and vote. And I'm just all on my soapbox today, Leslie. Girl, we done forgot all about the little old videos we spent.
But while you're talking about the votes, we do need to be, we need to be involved with the voting. Definitely need to be checking out what's going on, because they have an agenda in regards to the voting. And when we talked about dismantling, a lot of the things that were set in place that were supposed to be a benefit to us, one of the things that you don't want to see get taken away is your vote, because ultimately that is your voice. Unless you're ready to, rise up, and we ain't about that business right now. We ain't about that business right now. You need to exercise your right to vote.
Like I said, and even if just go, because like we said, people gave their lives. This was serious. Gave their lives for you to have this right, for us to have this right to go. Even the past presidential elections, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I was just standing there in the booth because I didn't know what I want to do. I didn't know if I was going to write my name in, Daffy Duck's name, or pick somebody on the ballot. Had no idea. I think one year I actually went independent because I with Green Party, just because I could not bring myself to select Hillary or Trumpy. I couldn't do it. And so, but I went and I voted for the other people that were on the ballot and left that one alone. So just go. This is not a presidential election, but this one is important. In Fort Worth, Texas, I can't think of the young man's name. That's my fault. I'll research it. He actually swung a traditional blue seat this weekend. So that gave the Democrats something that they were not expecting. And really, I'm an independent voter, but I like a good victory story. I like a good upset. And that was very upsetting to the establishment there. So your votes do make a difference. So no matter when they hold an election in the middle of the night, honey, get up and go. Get up and go. But we're going to stay on you. We're going to stay involved. Go figure out how you can work. You can work elections too, y'all. You can protect the votes. You can be there as a poll watcher. You can be there helping people vote. You can make a difference. No matter how you decide to serve, you can make a difference. Because I know somebody that don't want to vote, but she'll come and work at the polls. Go figure. However you get your democracy on.
So perhaps a good way of helping the community is to host an educational opportunity so that you can learn exactly how it is that your power, works as it pertains to the local elections, because that's where the real business is.
Yep.
Right. So, put those little things together. I volunteer to put one together. You know what I mean? So, that's how we do it.
Yeah, I like that. We can make that part of the Freedom Fighter program.
Mm-hmm.
Use your voice, change the world. We're going to play a short clip. And Leslie going to take a little break, and then we'll be right back. I want to tell you our mission is focused on children and making this world a better place for them. Oh, man. We have a lot of work to do, folks. We got a lot of work to do. So we'll be right back after this.
You helping me, Captain, all the rest of us, save lives. To me, yeah. So that y'all celebrate us and help us open up vocational schools and save our kids and our kind. You don't want to do that. You want to sit in the back like a house nigga, a coon, and do what you do. Because I have 5,000 heaven-making angels around me. And anybody come against me, God is going to destroy them. I can name all the people that come at me. God has destroyed them, have created problems in their family. Yeah. So again, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying to you is that the black woman is the mother of earth. She has melanin in her skin, right here, melanin. The sun is her friend, not her enemy. Yeah. Yeah. Listen to me. Yeah. Now some of your crew is snitching. Get out the game. Whatever money you got, go open some kind of business. If you're not open, then to do what my partner did. He gave his money to the restaurant owner. Now he rich because the restaurant owner paid him every month. He invested like $500,000 with it. And now he out of Galveston. So now he get rich. Him and his wife got a big home. They come out of Texas University. If you ain't an entrepreneur, invest your money with
I need 2.5 right now. So again, invest your money with somebody you can trust. Get out the game. If you don't get out the game, you're going to prison. And 85-90% of the time you do, when you get out, you be dead. It's not worth it. So this Johnny Binder talking to you.
Listen to me. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. You are, we are the Johnny Binder Show. And hey, and I see Marcus has joined us as well. Go ahead and add him to the stage. Tonight's subject is Truth to Power. Who shapes what we believe? Hi, Marcus. Welcome.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Monday. What's up, Leslie?
Happy Monday to you too. Have you been able to check the show out, or you just popping in?
I'm just popping in. I had a couple of things going a little earlier, but I'm here now, so just trying to catch up and see what we got going. Truth to power.
Truth to power. But I want to tell some truth to you before we get started. Is that okay?
Talk to me.
Thank you. I want to give you your flowers now, because I don't think you realize how much of an inspiration you really are. And when I listen to you, so you drop jewels, sometimes not by what you say, but really your enthusiasm for life, your positive outlook. No matter what storm you be going through, it's not affecting you. You got your duck on, it's all rolling down your back. You look nice and tall. And I just truly appreciate it. So I'm learning from you just by listening, learning from you. So I'm happy to have you here as a part of the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. And everything that I'm doing is definitely for a reason. So thanks for noticing.
Indeed, indeed. So what's going on with you, sir?
Nothing new. Just it's Monday. It's Black History Month. The second day. I feel like we should be celebrating the past historians and the current historians this Black History, being that it's the 100-year anniversary of Black History Month, and then also the fact that I'm a Sunnyside baby, so Sunnyside, South Park, and I went to Worthing High School, and one of the feeder schools at Worthing is Woodson. So Carter G. Woodson Middle School, and Carter G. Woodson is the person that founded Black History or Negro Spiritual Week or whatever it was before it became Black History Month. So shout out to Carter G. Woodson, and shout out to all my classmates and went to Worthing that passed through Woodson and came to Worthing, so they're part of history. I was talking to some big people earlier and asking them, like, have you ever researched your school name? The person that your school, you walk into the building every day. This is, you shouting the name out. You Worthing, Yates, and do you know these people though? Same thing with the streets, like Westheimer. Those are real people, So it's just cool to do the research and kind of see how we got to where we at, how we start celebrating some of these holidays, and how we, got to this whole Black historian moment, being 100 years.
It is, and I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. We've been so engulfed in current events and stuff. We hadn't even thought to say happy centennial to Black History Month. I know people have their feelings about, it's February, it's the shortest month of the year. And I think it was Morgan Freeman that was just outwardly voicing his disapproval of Black History Month. But it served its purpose. I think it's up to the parents and even teachers or the community in general to tell a bigger narrative or a more inclusive narrative of everything that we've done, and not focus on our top 5 heroes. Give our kids something else to point to. But based on that, I'm going to go ahead and drop this one, Marcus. So thank you for the pivot.
Beautiful. Proud. I must be respected. I must be protected. I am somebody.
No, I got to pivot to my girl, Nina Simone.
I think what you're trying to ask is why am I so insistent upon giving out to them that blackness, that black power, that black pushing them to identify with black culture. I think that's what you're asking. I have no choice over it. In the first place, to me, we are the most beautiful creatures in the whole world, black people. I mean, and I mean that in every sense, outside and inside. And to me, we have a culture that is surpassed by no other civilization, but we don't know anything about it. So again, I think I've said this before in this same interview, I think at some time before, my job is to somehow make them curious enough or persuade them by hook or crook to get more aware of themselves and where they came from and what they are into and what is already there, and just to bring it out. This is what compels me to compel them, and I will do it by whatever means necessary.
So Marcus, earlier, Leslie and I were talking about the state of affairs in this country, and with all of the unrest going on, just looking at it as an opportunity to redefine or rebuild, right? Because we're never going to get back what we lost. You know, in this country, you give up a right, it's gone. You can redefine it, but you'll never get that particular right back. And what do you think about that? Marcus?
Yeah, I think we're in a space now where you don't want to tear everything down and rebuild, because I mean America still is one of the greatest countries of all time. You know, people do swim the 7 seas to get here. We're not swimming from America to get there, so it got to be something right about the U.S. So I wouldn't just get rid of everything, get rid of the whole systems in place. It's just the people in the systems. We got to get rid of the people in the systems. We got to vote. We got to, replace some of these MAGAs, replace the people that don't want what's best for everybody versus just themselves and people that look like them. So that's definitely a solution, because if you start from the beginning, then you really got to start from the beginning. It's like starting a business. You don't want to really start a business from scratch unless you absolutely have to. And America is one big business. So instead of just tearing the whole company down and dissolving the whole company, we can just keep what we got, replace the people, and keep the corporation going in the direction that it's going in.
So you don't think that it's being dismantled in some regard?
Yeah, for sure. Donald Trump is definitely dismantling everything, but he's dismantling it and putting his people in it. So he's dismantling a lot of the rules, the laws, the acts. Just changing things, firing people, hundreds of thousands of federal employees, Doge. Getting rid of everybody in the federal government. So he's changing things for sure, but he's replacing some of those people in some of these systems as he's changing them with people that are going to look like him and vote like him and think like him. And those aren't the people that represent the American people. There are people that represent superiority. You know what I'm saying? So the way he's tearing it down isn't right. So we just need, again, to go back to the people. So he's the wrong president to be part of the change management that needs to take place within the government.
Minister, do you think we'll get some of the rights that we've lost under this administration? Do you think we'll get those back?
For a fact, we'll get every one of them back. You're bothered by it. I know for a fact we'll get them back. And they'll put Martin Luther King back in there. Everything he did was illegal. Marcus hit the ball out the park. And he just putting the people, the Trumponites in his places, which all of them going to come out. People running from Trump now because the Epstein files have come out, and he in there thousands of times. I think 38,000. So and it's messed up now because the little girl that spoke in D.C. at the Capitol is in his arms, sitting on his lap. The same one he said looked like his daughter, Ivana. And ain't no AI, it's her. So again, he is who he is. And he's been trying to hide it, they've been redacting it. And Trump is who he is. And it's gonna show itself. I told y'all about 3-4 months ago in the Bible, most of y'all not hip to Nahum, Nahum. God said He's gonna take the government skirt and pull it over their head and show their nakedness to the world. So, brother Marcus, that's what's happening, brother. And people gonna redo the Constitution because the Constitution is weak and feeble. Because anytime a man can be the president with 34 felonies, and then turn around be the president, never showed his income tax, and then can just start doing stuff without the Senate and the Congress, you have to make sure that you can't do nothing without the Senate and Congress. Nobody should be able to do that by themselves. It's just you gave him too much power. Now they got 5 countries now and come together. I know Marcus didn't see it. Catherine, play that real quick so Marcus see that. He need to see this. So when he go to bed at night, he can know what we facing.
Shocking news paralyzing the planet today, January 19th, 2026. Mexico has just signed a death pact with Russia, China, and Cuba, a monstrous alliance against Trump, vowing to destroy the American empire if it dares touch any of us. Scheinbaum roars. Trump dares threaten Mexico. Russia sends nuclear missiles. China sends fleets. Cuba sends special forces. We will fight America to the last man. Putin smirks coldly. Trump thinks he's strong. This pact is death itself. If America invades, Russian nuclear missiles will fly straight into Washington. Xi Jinping pours fuel on the fire. America will be cut off from economy, oil, borders. Trump will kneel. Cuba shouts, Maduro was captured. Now we take revenge. Trump will lose everything. Trump trembling in terror. Top secret sources reveal he's in all-night emergency meetings. WW3 about to erupt from the Mexico border? America to be crushed by this monster alliance? What do you think?
I told everybody, Marcus, 3-4 months ago, Catherine is my witness. 27 psychiatrists and me said that this man is the most dangerous man in the world in that White House. You cannot leave somebody that's narcissistic in that perspective. And this man is so suicidal. He's like, if I go, everybody go. That's his mindset. He's animalistic. He's not human right now. He's gone. He's gone. And some of his close ally people in his office done told him, say, man, you out of here. You out of here. What you done? We can't, it's no way to play it down. He got on TV today and just sit up and said, oh, I've been vindicated. There's nothing on me in that Epstein file. I didn't really know him. He makes himself look like a damn fool. Don't know him. You went over there 8 times. He went to your marriage. You, Margot, y'all did everything together. Come on, man. So again, these people ain't playing with him. They not mad at us, brother Marcus. They mad at him. That's why they say they're going to fly that thing straight into the White House. Straight into the White House. They not playing. They not playing, man.
Hey, I will say this. They as far as that video, I want, all the Americans to know, like, man, we safe. Ain't nobody coming over here to do nothing to us, man. No matter in the history of America, they've never gotten over here to do it. China ain't never been over here. Russia ain't never been over here. Cuba ain't never been over here. The Cuban missile strikes was a big deal. Brazil, everybody they named, even together, they're not more powerful than the U.S. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they may want to gain allies and they may come together, but at the end of the day, when the U.S. or if the U.S. does anything to Mexico like it did when they went and got all those cartel members and stuff, they were all in the middle of Mexico with the special forces, military personnel, and nothing happened. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to if the U.S. do something to Mexico, nobody's gonna come over here and do nothing in the United States, in North America. If the U.S. do something in Russia, that's different. If the U.S. do something in China, that's different. But when it comes to doing something on This side of the globe, North America, the Western hemisphere, South America, ain't nobody coming over here doing. That's why the U.S. was able to go take over Venezuela and take it right out of the hands of China without them doing nothing, because they can wreck shop and command and dictate from that side of the world, but not from this side. So we safe over here. But cool video.
I don't know, Marcus. All it take is 1 or 2 good nukes.
Let me say something, Brother Marcus. I understand what you're saying. I honor you. I respect you. I know you've been over there. China don't need none of them. I don't know where you've been. I love you. China don't need none of them. China is the world power. They 15 years in the head of our arsenal. I'm not telling you what I think. I done studied this for the last 4 months. I didn't go by what they put on here. I went study this. I went to my people to make sure it was correct. So I'm telling you again, Brother Marcus, we are not the world power no more. The people not mad at you and me. They not mad at the American people. The people are sick of Donald Trump. You don't understand how this man disrespect people, man. He what? Even Bonnie Sanders went on this morning and said it. Bonnie Sanders went on. I can play it right here. I meant to send it to you, Captain. He said Donald Trump got us in trouble. The people hate us because of Donald Trump. It ain't because what the American people done did. It's what Donald Trump done did. Going around taking money, taking planes and disrespecting people and snatching people out their country and all that. He ain't doing it no, they ain't going for it no more, man. They ain't going for it. Like he killed Gaddafi and the rest of them, not himself, but Barack and all that's over with, man. I'm telling you what I know. I read this, I studied it. I can't say who I call. I call the headquarters. I'm telling you, it's over, man. If Donald Trump, he was up all night. His people done told him. On TV, who's this? I'm on the phone.
So Marcus, yes, I'm in yeah. I don't know. I don't feel as confident. Lack confidence than I was in the generation that was hiding under the desk when we used to have to do those drills for nuclear.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't have my confidence is not up there.
Now, remember, we used to have those drills. We used to have those drills back in the day a lot, often. The fire drills or, those safety drills. They don't do that no more.
I know.
Yeah,
what I want to say to you, Marcus, when we get off of here, I'm going to send you the evidence. I don't want to talk on here how I got it. That's too much. But again, family, I love you. We're not the world power no more. China, our little brothers, and the original Chinese is black. So we're going to be spared. I'm telling you, America's out of here. With that
Johnny,
Donald Trump buffoonery, you'll soon see. Let him do something.
So what it is, America is still number one. It's just that China can go everywhere that America can go. So the U.S. is the world's police. We got ships and soldiers, used to have ships and soldiers all over the world. When Donald Trump got in office, he brought a lot of them back. But we used to have, let's say, police stations, which is military bases all over the world because we're the world's police. You'll never see a Russian ship or a Russian military base in the U.S. or anywhere near the U.S. But you see all type of U.S. military bases and ships and planes all near Russia and all outside of China, near Japan, in Indonesia, the Taiwan, all that, right? Hong Kong, U.S. everywhere. But you're not going to see them over here. You ain't going to see no Chinese subs, no Chinese, no Russian submarines, no, none of that, right? And so what happens is China is powerful, more powerful economically because everything in the world is made in China. Ain't nothing made in the U.S. So because nothing made in the U.S., everybody want to make China a partner and not the U.S. The U.S. was the partner because we got the bullets, we got the ammo, we got the police, we got the military, we got the ships, we got the protection. So people used to pay us for protection to come to their side of the world and protect them from whoever else trying to invade their country. So Trump is like, hey, y'all used to pay us a lot more than what y'all been paying us, and y'all owe us. So if y'all don't pay us what y'all owed us, then we gonna let Putin them invade your stuff. And so that's why you see Ukraine coming up off a lot more money. They paying billions to the U.S. to keep them, from being taken over. But what happens in Africa, the U.S. can't go to Africa and try to help out and, do things like that. Because the last time they went to Africa, they left with people and slaves. But China, the Chinese, the Asians, they go to Africa and create partnerships and supply chains. And so they're building up the economy in Africa. And so a lot of people feel like, hey, because China can go everywhere and partner up with everybody, that they're now the world's #1 power. But the people with the guns is still #1. And China don't have guns. They don't have the ammo that the Americans have. When I went to China, one thing that I remember more than anything else is that per capita is billions of people in China, but not billions of guns. In the US, it's millions of people in the US and millions of guns. It's way more guns in the US than it is in China, and China got way more people. So that's just a way to look at who's really in charge of making stuff and who's in charge of the stuff. So you can make it, you're in charge of it until the people show up with the guns. You know what I'm saying? Give me all your oil like they did in Venezuela. Give me all your oil.
All right, brother. We'll talk about this awesome thing. And I love you. I'm gonna tell you one more time. I'm gonna get Miss Catherine. I don't know where it's at, but the next episode tomorrow, Catherine, I want us to find who has the biggest arsenal in the world. 15 years ahead, been proven scientifically. And I'll leave that conversation on. Where's our next clip at?
That's right here. Since you brought up the number of times Trump was mentioned in the file, I thought I would go ahead and play that. Give me just 1 second here. There we go.
The Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Deputy Attorney General Todd Bland saying the records will be posted throughout the day, including more than 2,000 videos, more than 180,000 images. Some of the material so explicit, you have to verify being an adult before you can actually access it.
Many of Epstein's survivors have been publicly pushing for years to have these documents come out, but it took a law passed with near unanimous support in Congress to finally bring these documents to light.
Victims of Mr. Epstein have gone through unspeakable pain, and there's nobody that should say anything differently. And I to the extent that there's frustration, I understand where that comes from, just from what we know about Mr. Epstein. I hope that the work that the men and women within this department have done over the past 2 months hopefully is able to bring closure.
CNN's Evan Perez is here with us now. And Evan, there's been a lot of speculation about President Trump being named in these files. And we're learning now the FBI actually compiled a list of allegations related to the president back in August. What are you learning?
Right. So this was in 2025 that the FBI compiled a list of all of these sexual assault allegations that involved the president of the United States, that some of them stretch back years, decades, that were associated with this case. And we don't know what of anything is actually credible here. As a matter of fact, we believe that a lot of these could not be verified. Some of them were second and third hand accounts that people were relating things, and that's the way the FBI works, right? Some of this is in 302s, what they call 302s, which are essentially witness statements, and anyone can make any allegations. The FBI takes it down, and then it takes time and effort to try to verify whether any of that stands. And so that appears to what has happened here. And what's notable here is that there's some of them that have very salacious accusations about the president. And again, a lot of them are unverified at all by the FBI. It appears that at least a couple of the documents that we're talking about here have been removed since they were posted earlier by the Justice Department. We don't know why that is. They've done this in previous tranches that they've released. But look, I mean, we know that Jeffrey Epstein and the president of the United States were friends, that they were close friends. for a period, and then they had a falling out. The president has described that over the number of years, and he's also said repeatedly that he had nothing to do and did not know anything about about the activities, the illegal activities of Jeffrey Epstein with underage girls. And so that's what's notable. One of the notable things, a lot of these documents, 3.5 million documents in all that have been released in all of the Justice Department's work here. They've had hundreds of lawyers over the last few weeks who've been focused only on this, leaving behind all their other work to try to meet this deadline, which of course they've blown past by a number of weeks. And so we are still going through a lot of these documents. Some of them are things we've seen before, including things related to the Ghislaine Maxwell case. Of course, she was convicted in 2022 for being associated with some of these crimes. And so we're still going through a lot of these documents to see what else we learn in here. There was also some allegations about Bill Clinton. A lot of Bill Clinton mentions here, including someone who was his former White House counsel, who makes reference to Jeffrey Epstein. She worked as a lawyer, apparently for Jeffrey Epstein and his estate, and refers to him as Wonderful Jeffrey and things like that. So there's a lot of political figures associated with Epstein, which is not surprising given the company that he kept.
Evan, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it.
The Justice Department is.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it there. The thumbnail gave a better account of, I think he said his name was mentioned over 1,000 times. So Trump's name was mentioned over 1,000 times.
Way more than 1,000. Trap 38,000.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out. He can't get away with it. Because the same girl he said looked like his daughter, Havana, the little girl that already testified in front of DC at the Capitol. It's the same little girl. She said, Trump said, you look like my daughter. And they went and got her a blonde wig. Now the girl is sitting in Trump's lap. In these laps. 3-4 times, sitting all over him. So no matter how y'all want to dock it up, it ain't no AI. It's that young girl. They showed her picture before and after. And God is going to uncover all of them. But one thing I like about Clinton ready to go in the front of this Congress. He said, bring me and my wife right now. Yeah. So again, Donald Trump ain't going to say that. He's not going to go nowhere in the front of nothing because he'll be convicted. Believe that. So again, people that mess over people, you can't, I don't care. You can be a bully all you want. You will not be successful. All bullies, this is a warning to you. How big, low, or high, in this country or in other countries.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
You got another one? Kat, because I sent you some good stuff. You might unmic your mic.
Unmute my mic.
Yeah.
I'll hear you. The ones that you sent, I believe we've already played those. So I had the one of the young man. We played the one for China. Let me go back. Oh, we do have an update for Minnesota and the unaliving of Alex Pretty.
Yes, we do.
This just broke. We just got the names of the 2 Border Patrol agents who took the life of Alex Pretty. 43-year-old Jesus Ochoa is who shot him in the back, and 35-year-old Raimundo Gutierrez is who shot him several other times. The government didn't give us this information. The press found it.
My God. 2 Hispanics. This man will come down on you and your people. Then you go over and participate in this buffoonery and shoot this man in his back after you took the gun off of him. The man is a hero. The man didn't do nothing. The man had his hand up. The man was filming, which is not illegal. And then you turn around and throw the woman down. He picked the woman up. He ain't dealing with you. He picking the woman up. The man is a hero. He picking the woman up. Y'all get upset because he picking up the woman because y'all think y'all can go around and push our women down like we cowards. But, you're going to get what you got coming to you. God is way bigger than y'all. And you keep disrespecting women. A nation rise no higher than this woman. Y'all completely out of order. When you go to put your hand on women and children, all hell going to break loose. You're not going to be the winner, man. You push 2 women down. The man gun was on his holster. He didn't put it on. You even pepper sprayed him and the woman. The man still did this and say, stop, stop. Then you take him and throw him down. And take the gun off of him. You didn't think the camera's on you. Pull the gun off him. He ain't got no gun on him. And the gun he had on him is legal. You shoot him in his back. And then you want to take the thing and be over it. You can't do that, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna do your own investigation. You're gonna investigate yourself. Stop. Leslie, you got anything to say?
I think that the articles of impeachment that were introduced in 2025 against Trump that cited his power, his abuse, the corruption, and all that, I think these 302s ought to be the icing on the cake.
Yes.
They ought to be, but what do you think would prevent that? Because I saw another clip that was saying that this is as far as the investigation is going to go.
Oh, wow.
No, ma'am. He's coming out of there, Miss Catherine. I'm guarantee you he'll be out of there soon. He done went too far, young lady. He killing innocent people on national TV, and they happen to be white. He done went too far. And that Jeffrey Epstein file, they see that. They've been redacting and cutting stuff. They see that. Come on with it.
I want to start with the Epstein files and what the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, told me in the last segment, that effectively, case closed. He said it's possible if somebody sees something with all of these documents that have been released that requires them to look into a potential prosecution, perhaps, but other than that, they're done.
And case closed has been their mantra since January. In January, they demanded all the files from the prosecutors in New York who were running the case, brought them to Washington and said, this case is over. We're not doing anything else. They told us the same thing when Kash Patel came to the Judiciary Committee. He said, it's been fully analyzed. Everything's been redacted. There's nothing to see there, and there are no further cases. And when people said, have you spoken to all the survivors? There are dozens of survivors who are out organizing and talking about what needs to be done. He says, well, our doors are open if they have something to tell us. They've done no real investigation. Their entire determination has been to shut it down to protect Donald Trump. And your interview with Mr. Blanche is astonishing because it shows he has never once attempted to make the transformation from being Donald Trump's personal criminal defense lawyer to the number 2 person for the United States Department of Justice.
I know.
And that was where it ended there. And we've already watched this one. So that's the clip that I was referring to.
Once again, Miss Catherine, Brother Marcus, Medina, Sister Leslie, to all of you, I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know for a fact. Donald Trump is coming out that office. So y'all can throw it up to the world or wherever you want. Them folks is losing their seats. Them folks being sued. They can't keep him now. They're going to lose the Senate, the Congress. The man has done lost his everlasting mind. He done went too far. ISIS, he did all that for them Jeffrey Epstein style. He ran interference. He ran all of that trying to keep away from the fires. That's what all that was for. Everything you seeing now, he's been doing it, shoot folks' boats out the water, folks in the water come back and blow them out the water. And no president has ever did anything this man done. The man is an animal. He think like animal. He's a robot. He's a puppet. He's not in no charge. He's being controlled. He's like gnats on an elephant rectum. He's being controlled. He's a damn puppet. Donald Trump is a damn puppet. He's a robot. He's not running nothing. He's a flunky. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted. I agree. it's just strange. Strange things happen. I hate to get my hopes up, and then we go through the whole impeachment process.
He's coming out. He's coming out. He's coming out.
Okay. Well, gonna call
they
him.
They got enough evidence. He done broke the law over 100 times. They got felony cases on him lined up right now. He's taking money illegally. A president can't be in office and still run his business. He's running his business and taking money illegal from these foreign countries. He's giving these folks millions of dollars where they can buy into this country. The man selling gold coins, tennis shoes, Bible. He's completely out of order.
Leslie, what you think?
I also read that Trump had called for the execution of like lawmakers and stuff like that. I mean, this is tyranny at its finest. Mm-hmm. It still begs to, I still want to figure out and understand, like, we got the DOJ. What are you doing? Where do the powers come from? Because this man is not the ultimate power.
Thank you. That was my whole point. Because I'm like, how are people just excusing this? What is the power behind him ultimately? That they can just turn a blind eye to anything that he does. And when Ted Cruz turned on somebody, Ted Cruz has...
You better say it. Listen,
Ted Cruz has no guts, no glory. I wasn't going to say that. But, yeah, he don't have anything to grab. So I'm just like, Ted, come out speaking on you. You really pushing it. But before we go, Minister, I know we have a few more minutes. I wanted to make sure we did get in a tribute to Mr. Damon Wilson. He was my Theo before Theo. I think that was my first television crush. Lamont from Sanford and Son, and you know how much I love Sanford and Son. I got my Aunt Esther t-shirt and my You Big Dummy t-shirts. So I love me some Sanford and Son. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the stage.
I think the more things change, the more they stay the same. And I think that, I think this is a wake-up call for a lot of people. We were brought to this country initially for one reason and one reason only, and that's to bolster and to build. And as long as we're doing that and not complaining, then the powers that be have no problem with us. The minute we speak out, then, there they go again. I even heard someone said to me, why don't you guys just forget about the slavery period? Mm-hmm. That was 400 years ago. And I took out my calculator and I went, my grandmother, who I loosely based a lot of this film on, because she was born 4 years after slavery ended. When I came from Vietnam in 1969, in 1968, she passed in 69, and she used to sit us down and tell us all the horror stories of what took place, even after slavery ended, because even after the Emancipation Proclamation, there were areas and regions that the North and the South were fighting over that still held slaves. See, I grew up with those stories, mm-hmm. and it didn't make me bitter, it just made me aware. It placed an awesome awareness in me.
So I just wanted to play that. He had become more and more vocal, really since the pandemic. I think about 2020 is when he started coming out more and speaking more on social justice and the atrocities in the entertainment industry. So rest in peace, rest in power, Damon Wilson. We'll go ahead and pivot. So, Minister, how would you like to close out today?
I want to say to the people, let me see what I got. 5 minutes. What is 140? What's that?
149.
149. I got 5 minutes. Let me take 5 minutes. I want to say to the people in love and respect, Facebook, TikTok, all of you. TikTok, we getting away from you. You no good. You rotten. And you not of God. And I can't believe, China, that you sold out to Donald Trump. And I don't know what much money. I know Elon Musk must have gave you y'all chunk of money. I don't know how y'all pull that buffoonery off, but you're gonna take our content and sell it and give us nothing. You just want to consistently rape and rob us, and never gave us our reparation. You over $90 trillion, but when he opened his mouth about reparation, not even the second term, but he opened his mouth about same-sex marriage. So again, everything is more important than us. It ain't but 3-4% of them people. But is everything more important than us? 1 million black women been kidnapped in the last 10 years. There's no outrage. If you kidnap 1,000 dogs and it's 80 million dogs in America, they'll stop America. The dogs come more important than us because they was in the cave with them for 2,000 years. And to see Donald Trump, but not Donald Trump, but the forces to be controlling him, the puppet and the puppeteer. He is animalistic. He's in Revelation 17, 18, and 19. America has become a prostitute. Then she has become the habitation of devil, Revelation 17, 18, 19. Then 19, a great whore. And God said in 18:4, come out of her, my people, partake not in her sin. Come out of her, come out of her. Now you done took this boy, Alex Petty, life on national TV and shot him in the back, you two cowards. And both of y'all Spanish. How could you do that? I seen one of the police officers, good police officer. He was standing back looking at you like, damn fool, what you doing? If look to the left, was a police standing over there. He didn't even come over there. He looking at like, what are y'all doing? Y'all Spanish. Your origination come from Africa. You shot this man. There was no reason to shoot him. He wasn't even fighting you. Y'all just throwed him down and manhandled him. And then you didn't know that camera was on you when y'all took the gun off of him. He had no gun, so nobody was in no danger. And then Donald Trump and the vice president, that old crazy woman, come on out. He was coming, he had a gun, and he was like a terrorist, and he approached him. All these lies, same way with the sister. She took the truck and tried to run over. The girl backed the truck up and went the other way. So this is so discombobulated. This is so filthy, so animalistic. This is so outrageous. This is, I've never thought America would allow Trump and Israel and the other people controlling him. He's being controlled. It's past Project 2025. It's worse than that. He has to go now. You must do a state of emergency to save our kid, our kind, to save what America has built through us. We built it. And you must save it. Because Trump has a mindset. If I go, you got to get him out of there. He's so into narcissistic, he blows it out the water. That word is not even appropriate for him no more. He's been past that. He's over in Pluto, 4,600,000,000 miles away, the furthest from the sun. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking you if you choose, but if you don't give a damn about your country, then I'll sit here with you and watch it be blown away. Because Trump has to come out that office. I see you, Marcus. Trump had to come out that office. He's being manipulated and controlled. He's a puppet. That's all he is, a puppet. And he's being controlled and told what to do. That man ain't got no power. And that's why 27 psychiatrists said he's the worst man on the planet Earth in that office. His mind. You can't get everybody power. You can't let people be over a restaurant, over a daycare center. He's over the whole America. He's chesty. The man has a Bible with his name on it. That's ludicrous. Here go the devil, got a with a Bible with his name on it. And that's what I said too. He worked directly for the devil. So if y'all scared to say it, be scared. God is with me. I'm in Jeremiah 15:15. God said this to me. He said, if you my spokesperson and you speak truth, if anybody ever come against you, I will crush them. Read it for yourself, Jeremiah 15:15-32, the whole 7 thing. So I'm protected. And I won't only say I have physical protection. And I won't tell you all these people here. But from Columbia all the way back to I'm here, I'm good. And I'm telling you, America, he need to go immediately. You don't need to take no 30 days to get him out of there. You need to get him out of there this week, by Monday. Get him out. Send him on his way. That jet he took, let him have that too. It's crazy. He want to spend $1 billion on some jet that they done gave him. That's a setup. It's a setup, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all didn't want Miss Harrison now. No woman, white or black, but especially not black. It's 18% to 20% of some of you black folk, you voted on it. And this is what you get. You wanted Pharaoh, you got him.
Thank you, Minister. Appreciate those words today. Thank you to my co-host, Marcus Bowers, TV, and my Miss Leslie. Thank you, family, for joining us on the show tonight. Again, if you're watching this on replay, please comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe on Facebook. YouTube, excuse me, Facebook. Y'all go subscribe on YouTube. That's what I'm trying to say. At Johnny Binder Show, at Johnny Binder Show. So thank y'all for joining us. Man, powerful show. And we shall be back tomorrow. Lord, say the same. Peace out.